Go.
Hi from Texas. I'm Nan Woods with Nancy B. Wellness, and I'm delighted to be part of this event. I've been an editor for the journal for 9 years, and I really enjoy my association with Gladys and Joyce and the organization. It's an organization for everyone, and I appreciate the fact that they honor all traditions and all spiritual paths. Honestly, I don't remember a time when I wasn't involved in some sort of healing activities. Even when I was a child, if someone got hurt on the playground, I was there to put my hands on them because I knew it made them feel better. And for a number of years, I worked as a medic and in hospitals and nursing units. But 30 years ago, I had to have a surgical procedure done, and the next day the physician came in and told me that what they had removed was cancerous. He wanted me to start chemo and radiation right away. When I asked if they'd removed it all, he told me he was 99.9% sure that they had got it all and it had been encapsulated. So I declined chemo and radiation. I started looking for alternative methods to wellness, and that started my official journey. I soon realized that everything was energy, and I knew that our thoughts created our reality. And according to the first law of thermodynamics, energy could never be created nor destroyed, only changed. I also figured out that energy didn't care what we called it. We could call it God, the universe, the big kahuna, Fred, or the field of unlimited potentiality. It was all the same energy, and it was up to us to change it. Now, I was raised in a family of water witchers, so I understood dowsing from a very early age. And I used it frequently, even though my friends probably didn't realize what I was doing. After the surgery, my free time was spent listening to soothing music and creating guided imagery in my mind. One of my earliest ones centered around a pharmacy where I could go and take medication for any condition. The substances always regenerated, so I never ran out. That eventually evolved into being just one magic pill that was for total health. The other guided imagery that came to me was of a waterfall with soothing music where I could go stand under the water and have anything preventing total health washed away. You can imagine my surprise a few years later when I found Betty Shine and her pharmacy meditation and Max Heistein and his healing waterfall meditation. And I still use both of them. I know that there are many healers who create their own method and swear by it. I've been called an eclectic healer. The only thing I have ever created was to take techniques that resonated with me and combine them into something that works for me. Let me give you a few examples. Hannah Kroger has some wonderful techniques, and they're extremely effective. Jimmy Mack was given My Liquid Fish, and I'm certified in his technique. So many of us are Reiki Masters, Seichim Masters, Karuna Masters, and so on. Harold McCoy's books and techniques are invaluable in our work. Raymond Grace has wonderful techniques, and I utilize them frequently. Betty Shine's work contributes to my technique as well, and she and I have a strong connection across the veil. So how do I put it all together? I might start with Jimmy Mack's opening to make sure that the client is open to receive and ready. I go through his opening sequence with them. First, I have the client stand and face north. I give them the option of either putting their feet wide apart or putting them together because some people react differently. Then I have them say, "My name is," and have them state their name. This should give us our yes answer because this is a sway technique, a body sway, and they should sway yes. Then have them say, "My name is," but give a fictitious name, and this should give us our no answer because they will sway backwards. After we go through that series, then I have more questions to make sure the body's ready. I am clear. I'm unclear. I'm running forward. I have released all negative weakness of body, mind, and spirit. Then we move to Hannah Kroger's method of scanning the body with a pendulum for energy imbalances. This is where our dowsing comes in so handy. Working remotely is nothing new for the majority of us, and when possible, I find it helpful to have a witness for this. But working by Skype or Zoom is a very effective way if a physical witness is not available. Here's an example of the charts I use with Hannah Kroger's method. Joe and Marta Smith used a Lulu in their work, and those are definitely an excellent tool when working remotely. Now, once I've identified all the imbalances, I move on to Raymond Grace's techniques and remove the imbalances by dowsing. Then I go back and double check with Jimmy Mack's technique. But there have also been many times when I've pulled one of Harold McCoy's techniques out of my back pocket and utilized that. We are changing the energy of the dis-ease or the blockages in the body. One interesting technique that I, along with many others, find helpful is studying vocal patterns. Through the voice, we can identify frequencies that are overused, underused, or absent. And each frequency tells us something about the body and helps us to identify illnesses and wellness issues. And then again, we can change the energy by providing those frequencies to the body. Over the years, I've worked on a technique that I call Soul Reintegration. I'm trained in soul retrieval, but I never really cared for that technique because I didn't like going into the underworld. But so many of us have fragments and other issues that need to be reintegrated into the soul. So, once again, I took what worked for me and made my own technique. Now, as practitioners, we don't diagnose, treat, cure, heal, prescribe, or perform invasive procedures, but we become very adept at identifying energy imbalances and working to reverse the imbalance and restore health. We are the ones in charge of our wellness. But don't expect somebody else to do all the hard work if you're not willing to do your part. Don't just call your practitioner and say, "Fix me." You've got to do your part. I frequently give my clients homework just for that very reason. I encourage them to learn to dowse for themselves or their families. Empowerment is a wonderful gift, and I love teaching others to take that responsibility. Learn to work with your energy in the way that benefits your well-being. Remember, there's no one way to healing. Every client comes to us with different needs, and it behooves us to find that need and work with what works best with them. I'd like to use our remaining time to share a short exercise with you. It's something that you can do twice a week. I find it very helpful. So have a seat, and when you're relaxed, close your eyes. In front of you, you'll see a large blackboard and a large piece of chalk. Pick up the chalk and write on the blackboard everything you dislike about yourself and your life. Try to remember every miserable thing. If you run out of room, turn the blackboard over. Continue writing. If you fill the backside, ask for another blackboard. And once you feel like you've addressed everything, then you can put down the chalk. You'll notice at the side of your chair there's a damp sponge. Take that sponge and slowly begin wiping away everything off the blackboard. Having done that, you're going to feel a lot better. You will have wiped the slate clean. I try to do this at least twice a week. And if you do it, you'll be surprised how positive your life will become. And remember, you can put people on that blackboard as well, and then have the pleasure of wiping them out. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you will continue to work to change the energy surrounding you and your loved ones. I appreciate each and every one of you, and wish you health, wellness, happiness, and many blessings. Thank you.